Welcome to Oversskadovars.
They better buckle up because we're just getting started.
I got three brothers, one sister.
Three brothers, one sister. So,
Are you the shortest?
Yes.
You at your most vulnerable, butt naked in the shower. How does it feel to be crowned? Like, you know what I mean? Like, as Craig's microphone stopped working.
No,
Who's
it's
mine?
working. I don't know how you got his contact.
He tells us he hasn't studied one race this year, and he's ridden 280 winners. Welcome, everyone, to a very, very special episode of Oversskadovars, where Lance Michael, we are going to introduce, just tell the viewers, who are we going to introduce?
Joey, you gave me notice a week ago that you managed to snatch him to be the first podcast to congratulate Craig Zackey on South Africa's Champion Jockey. Deserved Champion Jockey. Well done, Craigie.
Well done, Craig.
Thank you guys so much. Always my pleasure being on your show, and who two better guys than yous, both been super supportive throughout the season, and yeah, I think it's still settling in, but it was really exciting.
Well, apart from you riding our horse, I have to say it's really difficult to not be supportive of you as a jockey, because you're a really nice guy, but
Thank
that doesn't always make us punters happy. But you are riding really, really well. Like, you are riding really well. Forget that the fact that you won the championship. You are riding really well, Lance, isn't it?
No, he's a cut above the rest of them. I mean, we got some talent in this country at the minute. We got, Richard Ferree. We got some
Gavin.
great jockeys. Gavin,
But he's right.
Murray.
Keegan.
There's a whole lot of, there's a host of them. Keegan de Mello. You know, the year that you won the championship, you beat a quality field. So that's something you can be really proud of. You made the effort, you traveled, you got the support. So there's a lot of people, I'm sure, from your end you need to thank. But you got to dig deep to do it, and you did it. So well done, Craig. It was an amazing achievement.
Well done.
Thank you so
However,
much. It's a
we are very blessed to have Craig as a jockey, Lance, because did you know that Craig did not like horse racing? The part of Benoni he comes from, he was the only kid in the family who didn't like it. However, your dad and your late granddad ran racing right into your veins.
You would
They
think
did,
with the surname Zackey, he'd be steeped in racing.
Not what I'm hearing, Lance.
Okay, let's hear.
I didn't hate it. At the time, I hated being known as small, and, for your age, everyone was a head or two heads taller. So I hated that perception of it, not understanding the actual lifestyle and career of it. And yes, I was forced, not against my will, but they begged me to go to the academy and give it a try. And when I did, stand here firmly today and say absolutely no regrets, and all those other sports I was into, I'd never pick horse racing over them.
Well done.
Just a quick one, Craig. Joe, I just want to ask this question. Sorry. What in your mind, had you not been a jockey, would you have chosen as a career? Because at the time you weren't fond of the game. Where was your head? Where were you going to kind of look to earn a buck?
Well, it wouldn't have been a normal job. I wasn't the best in school, but I was always good at sports, and I was very big into my cricket and football. Did a few trials at School of Excellence, played under 14 for Pirates for about 6 months. It would have been on the sport line somewhere. I was always into sports.
Do you have a good hand-eye accord? Have you ever had that checked out or whatever? Like, if you picked up a racket, or you're really into it straight off the bat? Yeah.
Straight off
Funny
the bat,
because Lance and I follow golf, and I don't know if you saw what happened at the Open a few weeks ago, where Grant Fox's son, Ryan Fox, Lance. I mean, this bloke was a professional rugby player, professional cricketer, and then decided to take up golf, and he's just managed to do it. So there is definitely something about that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I asked the question, because he's a talented sportsman.
Yeah, correct.
It helps. But the bottom line is the grit, the heart, the guts, and the commitment is what makes you a champion. You can be as talented as you like, and you've shown that in chunks. Well done, Craig.
Craigie,
Thank you so much.
you grew up in Benoni. I know you still live outside of the world. Who did you follow, like jockey wise? Like when you got to that academy and you rode the horse for the first time, who was the guy locally or internationally that you thought, okay, I like that kind of style, or I like that kind of attitude? Was there someone?
There was, obviously it was all still a big learning curve for me and learning names and racing itself. But locally, you had to look up at the likes of Anton Marcus and Anthony Dalpesh. Being based in Durban, you're always at the course in the jockey room, seeing them win. And then if you're watching local racing from Durban, let's say Joburg, I was looking at the likes of Pierce Schrader. So I always followed the top guys, seeing where they stand out, what they're doing that the rest aren't. But I was always willing to seek advice. Brandon Arena, I was his kid boy, and I mean, he taught me a lot. He taught
was
me
a good
to ride
jockey.
every horse.
He could ride.
He's probably got one of the best styles. I think any jockey in this country wants to have the style he has, because he was big and strong, but he got really low and flat on that horse. And so I looked up to him, and I mean, he was great. He made me do everything on a long rein, and I think that's where I sort of got this thing as good hands, because he didn't allow me to grab them above the wither. It all had to be soft on the mouth, very long rein. And I mean, all those small things, practicing every day, definitely just put it all together for me standing here today.
Yeah, 100%. And you've got a brother? Sister?
I got 3 brothers, 1 sister.
3 brothers, 1 sister. So, are you the youngest?
My sister's the youngest. I'm the second youngest.
Okay.
Are you the shortest?
Yes. I am. Actually, my brother Marco is 2 years older than me. He's probably the same height, but the rest are taller.
Very good, very good. And then you've got a lovely wife and a young daughter.
Daughter, she's 6 years old, and my son, he's
And your son,
2 years old.
Fantastic. And so that's sort of the history of Craig Zackey. And just remind us, what year did you qualify?
At my apprenticeship.
Yeah.
So I went in at 2011, probably 2016, 5 years.
Wow. Have you reached the age where Lance and I are at already, where it feels like it was just yesterday?
Everything feels like it was just yesterday. Absolutely.
That's why
I don't think that's ever going to change. The older we get is going to feel like yesterday.
Well, but that's why we need to savor these moments. So I'm going to say something to Craig now. Let's see how sharp Craig is. What changed for you on Sunday, the 12th of August, 2012?
What changed for me? August 2012, probably my first winner.
That's correct. And we've just had a look now at Commander Cat winning for Tony Riverland, your first ever winner, race 4 at Clarewood Park, Craig. Right? Hey, how was that, man?
Oh, that first win's probably the best win. It was an incredible day. I think it was a weekend, so my dad had driven up from Joburg, so he was there.
He was.
And
he was, as we can see in this photo, guys. As you can see in this photo there. Now, he was there.
Was the horse fancied?
13 to 2, Lance.
So.
13 to 2.
I remember Keegan DeMello was on a horse that looked the one to beat, and I tried getting it, and Keegan got it, and I silently phoned my dad knowing he studies his form. He has books from 5 years ago and he goes through horses' first ever runs when they're already 7 years old. He looks into absolutely every aspect. And he said, this can beat that. He's beaten him on 3 occasions, but the book didn't even show where. It was like talking about 7, 8 runs ago. And
Yeah.
he made me phone for that ride. And Tony Rivlin was happy to have me, even though I hadn't ridden a winner yet, for Mrs. Lally. And I actually wasn't even sure if I got there, but I remember about 100 meters after the line where there's absolutely no crowd or people, Justine King telling me, no, I got there. And I thought it was very tight. Anyway, she was adamant I got there. So I gave like a little salute to no one. And when we were trotting back, I got the nod. So the horse got there.
Yeah. So that's what
Well
started
done.
it all. Also, can you remember what you rode that day? What weight? Because you
Well,
turned down Tintin, refusing to do a weight like this.
52,
50 and a half, boy. 50 and a
50 and
half.
a half.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's much smaller than.
smaller. So Commander Cat was your first ever winner, right? Your first ever winner. You're still at the academy, but you must have got some sort of present, or was it very early on in your career? Like, did you go to Milky Lane that night, or did you
No,
sneak out and I don't know.
no, I think it was a Sunday, so we went back to the academy. But the academy's got a tradition where whenever someone rides their first winner, the following, I think Thursday or Friday, they do a big drive for the whole academy, all the
Lekker.
apprentices, staff, riding masters, and they celebrate you basically. And
Which is easy,
yeah,
right? Because all you oats are watching your weights. I'm suspecting there's like 4 millies and 1 pork chop.
yeah. Well, that's a day where they actually let people just enjoy. After
Lance,
that, it's pretty strict.
Lance, do you have a question for him about Clearwood Park
Well,
or anything?
Clingwood Park brings back such good memories, I must be honest. I'm thinking of top horses that have won there, the Pocket Powers, the Argonauts. So that went start to finish the one day sprint at 1400 meters. I haven't seen a horse win like that in years.
JJ, the
But
jet plane.
JJ,
JJ, the jet
Variety
plane,
Club.
won the Mercury Sprint. That was the home of the Mercury Sprint, Clearwood, and the mainstay. All these races that were on Sunday night were
Yeah.
Clearwood Park races. It was a wonderful race course. But Craig, from a South African champion who we almost lost to New Zealand, do you have any desire to go and try your trade elsewhere in the world at any given time in the future?
I mean, obviously, our desire to still travel internationally. Obviously, priority would be Hong Kong. I think any jockey in this world wants to end up in Hong Kong. And yeah, I mean, I can go to 2 or 3 other countries within the next couple of years and experience it, see it, ride different tracks, different horses, meet new people. I think it all comes down to that and making more connections.
And with your careers being so short, for the viewers out there, one of my best mates in the world is Dougie White, and so I can speak. The reason you want to go to Hong Kong is if you do well there, you're literally setting your family up for life.
Yeah, basically.
It's just that's
Stakes
it.
are huge there.
Stakes are huge. Jockeys are well looked after. Living conditions aren't the best. You all stay in pretty tight quarters. But I don't know if you've ever had the pleasure of being to Dougie's wine farm in Tuscany,
No,
but you can do quite
definitely
well
not.
you can do quite well in Hong Kong. Craig, so let's talk about this year. On a personal level, how does it feel to be champion jockey? On a at your inner core, when it's just you alone in the shower, no one else is around, you at your most vulnerable, butt naked in the shower. How does it feel Now, like, how does it feel to be crowned? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is it, tell us.
I'll be honest, I think it's still set, set, settling in. At the moment, it's just one big relief. Last year was last season was very, very difficult, and to jump straight into it this season, it was tiring. And I mean, at the end of it, I'm just glad, and it's proven that hard work pays off. But it was just a big relief, because going into this season, I mean, I wasn't sure if I wanted to do it.
Yeah, we're going to touch on that in a bit. We're going to touch on that
And
because
I basically made my decision after the first 2 months. If those first 2 months of the season didn't go well, I wouldn't have chased it. And the results that I had, I said, we can do it again. So,
but
yeah,
then there's chasing and then there's chasing, right?
yeah,
Over 1,650 rides in a season. That's mental.
yeah. And then all the track works, all the gallops, all the flights. It's not for the faint-hearted. It
It's not.
takes some
It's
doing.
not.
It's
Do
really,
you?
really.
Yeah, I don't know if your missus is listening because I know she does your flights. Does she know how many flights you took last season or this season?
I don't think she'd be able to count. It must be over. I mean,
It's got to be
if you're
150 plus.
I think if you're gonna count like to Durban as one, and from Durban to Joburg as one, I'm gonna say well over 200, 250.
Yeah, I would have thought over 200 minimum.
It's a hell of a thing, Lance. And how many nights
And
to stay away?
and you don't get a cash reward, Craig.
No.
It's merely a resume item that stands you in good stead going forward, because South African Champion, being the academy that we are, have produced some awesome jocks. We've campaigned so successfully all over the world. So you can kind of look forward to a few big invites, I would imagine, in the next coming year or so, or even less.
Yeah, I mean, that would be great. Nothing's happened as yet, but obviously if it does arise, I'd have to deal with it. But just winning it on its own,
It's amazing.
it's just for your CV. It's a goal. Everyone wants to do it wherever they're based. They want to do it, or they have dreams of doing it. So the fact that I've done it, it's just great.
So I don't know when was the first time you had pistachio ice cream, or in mine and Lance's case, the first time we watched an episode of Baywatch. But now that you've become champion jockey, do you want to do it again?
So
Because that's a hell of a sacrifice, right? But you've tasted that bittersweet journey, and now it's just all this honey at the end of the journey, right? Too soon, maybe,
yeah,
but hey, if we don't ask the questions, we don't get the answers.
I could do it again. Because I mean, just being on a horse, that's what kept me going. Every race like my first race, and that excitement's still there. But I do owe my family at least 2 days a week for about the next 5 years. So,
Well, I've got a solution for you. Carry on.
No, I just said like that was probably the hardest part of it all. Never mind the flying. It's like I
The
hardly
sacrifices
watched
you
them
make.
grow
Yeah.
in the last year.
Okay. Lance, do you have anything to ask Craig? I've got plenty of questions.
Yeah, listen, as you talking, I'm kind of thinking about things, but as a family man, it must be so difficult to leave your family. I know it's for their benefit at the end of the day, but to do it the way you and jockeys before you have done it, it takes a lot. So to chase it another year would be very, very tough. I think the approach would maybe be to ride casually, do what you normally do, have a look at it not 2 months into the season, maybe 6 months into the season, and then
Yeah.
maybe see if it's worth having a crack. But it's a massive, massive task on your family, on yourself. And
Yeah.
whoever's been champion, you know, they deserve it. Whether it's 10 years ago or like you this current year, it's a massive, massive achievement.
Yeah, let me tell you about a jockey called Russell Bays. You've never heard of him, right? Rode over 11,000 winners. Champion jockey 25 times, but only rode at Golden Gate Fields in San Francisco. Do you know what I mean? Whereas, he rode elsewhere, obviously, but he spent 90% of his career at Golden Gate Fields in San Francisco, right? Sometimes you'd ride at Santa Anita. To become champion jockey of South Africa, you have to ride. In the old days, you had to ride Kimberley. You had to ride P. It's a hell of a chase. It is a hell of a chase. So, yeah, again, well done, Craig. What goes through your mind just before the gates open, Craig? Because you've now said something very interesting. You've said, I look at every ride as it's my first ever ride. But every ride, you're one step more accomplished, one step more experienced. So just before the gates open, is there anything, or are you already on autopilot? Like, have you replayed? I was listening to Andre Pollard the other day, and he was saying, like, he's visualized his kick so many times that it's just a process now. Are you in process mode?
I think I am. I think I've been on autopilot this whole season, and I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but I don't think I've studied a race this whole season in terms of speed, draws, anything like that.
You haven't?
No. Because,
Wow.
like,
that's
especially in Durban, you see horses that come from 3/4 way back all the time, and you got this young Appy on, and they basically taught to chase for a furlong out the gates, then take a seat. And I mean, next thing, the whole pace of the race is completely backwards. So you studied this race, two horses have speed, you can go a bit forward, you'll find yourself behind them. Everything else is dropping out, and next thing, the whole field's rushing for that spot, and horses who should be ridden cold are now going to the front, and horses who go to the front are being dropped out. And also riding for Dean, Lucky, Sean, Dean Smith, I'm not really tied down too much. There's one or two things they don't want, but the rest, they basically leave it to me. And I don't know how, but 2 shots out the gates, and I know where I'm going to sit. I can just see how things are going to pan out, and I'll get the best possible position from there.
Okay.
You've mentioned
good.
some powerful trainers there, Craig. They are really, really strong yards, all of them that you're fortunate enough to ride for. And I think you also contracted to Lady Laidlaw, am I right?
Yes.
So,
And,
I mean, it's...
And sponsored by the amazing Wilgeborst Drift Morris Montone.
Yes. That's
Yeah,
correct.
got amazing people.
Yeah. Talking about amazing people, Craig, I thought it quite prudent to get somebody quite amazing in on the podcast to help you along, because it's always good to get a different perspective. And I phoned trainers and I phoned a lot of people, but I've got somebody very special who's going to join us now. And we've got a couple of questions for him. So let's welcome him on board.
Hello. How are you, Joe?
Craig.
How you
Hello,
doing?
Simon.
All good, thank you. How are you, Lance?
Hey, Simon.
All good, and you?
As Craig's microphone
Oh.
stopped working.
No,
Who's
it's
mine?
working. I don't know how you got his contact.
It's just 2 different digits between Craig's and myself.
Craig, I'm a father, Lance is a father, and I had to. Because I also know that not only is he a proud father, he's your agent. And
Yeah.
and so Simon Zackey, welcome. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
joining.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
I don't know about your other 3 kids, but one of your lighties is a South African Champion Jockey.
Awesome. Top news, eh? Well deserved, actually.
Well deserved. And he did tell us that you guys, you and your, I'm thinking it was your dad, because Craig only said your grandfather, so I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Um,
my dad. My late
Your
dad,
dad got, your late dad got him into racing. And just tell us a little bit about it, because I know you were there for his first winner, and I'm sure you speak to him every day, which is something Lance and I can totally relate to. Like, I can speak for both of us. We speak to our lighties every single day. But I've got a feeling you also speak to him just as Craig Zackey, not just the jockey.
No, just normal. No, nothing different. No changes.
Good. No changes. And who makes the decision on the rides, boys?
I do. Only when I'm sitting with like 4 to 5 or 6 rides, I need to ask Craig, what must I do in this situation?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then on that note, we got to congratulate you, Simon. Well done.
Thank you. No, thank you.
Yeah,
But it's a team
absolutely.
effort. It's a team effort.
Um,
It's just been like 2 years in a row. Not sure what was going to happen this year, but it's paid off. Thanks God.
do you only represent Craig?
Prior to Craig, in the beginning, I had a few under me. And then when it came to like going for a championship, I decided, let's just stick with Craig, till we get to where we wanted to be.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys, do you have to separate the business from the family conversations, or not really?
There's not much,
Yeah.
eh? There's nothing. Not much.
It's family conversations happen at probably my dad's house. Business happens every day. Seen as I'm riding, there's scratchings every day, racing every day. So it's mainly business during the week.
Okay. For R5, what was his first Group 1 winner?
Arabian Beat.
Well
For-
done.
Dominique Zackey.
That's correct.
Let's not go there. I won't remember all, but yes, obviously, Commander Cat. And then Arabian Beat as his first grade one.
Arabian Beat coming to tackle. Sharma the filly's not out of it. Behind that mystical Twilight, then King of the World. Arabian Beat with 200 to go. Sharma fights on doggedly down the inside. Further back, Buckinghamshire. Arabian Beat and Sharma. They're going to come down to the line together. Arabian Beat by a length here. Arabian Beat goes on strongly from Sharma. Arabian Beat beats Sharma in second. 4 lengths.
That's right. Commander Cat was his first winner, which we've shown, and now we're looking at, as we're watching him winning on Arabian Beat, and we've got the footage here thanks to
What was the race? What was it? A 2-year-old race, or was it a?
It was a SA nursery at Surfington. It was a grade 1 back then.
Yeah.
It was a Group 1 those days, I remember. Yeah. What year was it? Arabian Beat. I'm trying to remember the
No, I
colors.
can tell you now.
About 2011,
2016.
13.
Yeah.
Think so?
15 or 16. It was my final year as an apprentice, I think.
It was on the 30th of... no, it wasn't. Yeah, it was 2015. Definitely 2015.
Did it train on, Craig? Did the horse itself train on? I'm trying to remember.
Did alright. He went to July day. He ran short 8 third. There was a 3-way finish. A decent horse of Mr. Aziz for Marcus Joost won the race with Anton, but he had crushed his hoof wall. And he was out for quite a long time after that. And by then, Dominic Zackey had given up and he went to Mr. Peter. And I think he won 3 or 4 by Mr. Peter, but he just wasn't that same horse, and obviously that hoof had a big impact on his career.
So he was a massive win for Craig, Simon.
Oh yes.
Yeah. And then quickly and swiftly we move on to a horse called Vardy. Like I'd forgotten some of the horses Craig had ridden, Lance.
That was a top horse, Adam
Yeah.
Marcus. That was a facile win of the Queen's Plate then. You
That's
absolutely trotted up that day.
Correct.
And then
Yeah, I
they
think
went
you
for
could
the Met and he never stayed.
Yeah, he didn't stay. But he got injured in the mid. Anton came over, but 2 quick clip deals. He went down and up and he jarred up quite badly in the Met. But He went wrong. I think it was a season later in the July and unfortunately retired. But one thing about Vardy's Queen's Plate, there was a Queen's Plate back then. I think you could argue in the last 15 years was probably the strongest Queen's Plate. I think he was the only horse who hadn't won a Group 1 in it, or there might have been one other, but there was Hawam in his prime, there was Socrat, there was Legal Eagle, there was One World, there was Rainbow Bridge, there was Do It Again.
Twist of Fate, Pack Leader, Socrat, Undercover Agent.
It was a proper field that.
It was a proper
JC
field.
ends.
He was
That's
a really
a proper
good horse
Group
over
1.
mile. Yeah.
That was a proper. It's always been a
Was
good
he-
race.
Did he only win one Group 1, Vardy?
No.
Yes, he
I
did.
don't. Did he?
Yeah, he only won the one. He won the Green Point, and then he went on to win the Queen's Plate. He jarred up in the mid, had a long break. Well, not too long. He went into Durban. Like I said, he got injured after the July, and he retired shortly after.
Was a
Listen.
super racehorse. I remember him well.
He was a good racehorse. He was a good race. It was a great race, that, huh? Some names we've forgotten. Craig, then, for some reason, or Simon, for some reason, this oak decides to go to the land of the rain.
Who's this?
Craig, buggers off to New Zealand. Huh?
Well,
I didn't
he
spend
tried-
winter there, so I wouldn't know about the land of the rain.
Well, you spent enough time there to win a race called the Karaka Million.
Yeah, that was phenomenal.
Huh?
That was a good one. That was the big one, eh?
Craig, how big is that race?
It's probably joint biggest with two other races. But it's definitely one of their top 3 biggest races in New Zealand. Probably one of my best rides, I think, in my career.
How come?
Well, we were drawn out deep. Obviously, Tuck had about 5 runners in the race, and OP Bossum gets first call on everything at the time, and I think he still gets first choice today. But I mean, when it comes to Tiaka, you don't know which one to pick. They're all superstars, and my horse, I think he was drawn gate 13, 14 had jumped and completely picked out the gates, and he went right down and up, and we sat stone last on the rail. 300-meter straight, no false rail, and I came into the straight last on the rail, and the fact that I got worked my way through and out and not doing anyone was a win on its own, and to still get up, it was just like perfect timing, perfect moves. It was meant for that horse to win that day.
I haven't had the opportunity to ever ask a jockey this, and I've been in the game a long time. And you were describing that run, and I don't know I know Lance has, and I'm sure your dad has, and I'm going to ask him when I get a chance. But I'm going to ask you first. Did you ever see Sun Classique win in Dubai?
No.
So she's coming up, she gets tangled, and he's got to switch out, and he's got to come late. And those split-second decisions for the punters out there, if you go right instead of left, you don't win the race, right? So, but how do you process this thing so quick?
Whatever you think smoothest. Obviously, you're also feeling, you guys see, but we feel a horse through the reins. We feel every part of their body through the reins, and they sort of tell you which route to take. I don't know if it makes sense, but it's like a jockey horse sort of understanding. And I mean, yes, the odd one, you'll probably make the wrong move, but like you say, you got a split-second decision to do that. But at the time, you just know what's going to be more comfortable for the horse to do, whether it's switch in or switch out, and just to extricate that last bit of kick and hopefully get there.
Simon, do you think Craig has become a horseman?
Yes, definitely. Tops. What more can I say?
You know what's amazing, Salman, is that you can watch your kid ride. I mean, I remember watching my kids play soccer and rugby, and never at the level that we're talking now. But just listening to Craig earlier mention that he won a group, I'm sure it was a Group 1 in New Zealand. I would
New
imagine
Zealand.
it was.
Yeah.
And be in a position where it was an unlikely winner, and then to come through and win at the highest stakes, to see your kid at the highest position in a sport must be the most wonderful thing in the world. Just me watching my kids play first team rugby, for me it was awesome. And this is so many levels above. It must be so special.
It is. The feeling doesn't go away, but every race you got to panic and just hope that they get through, and that's it. It's a hard game. You know what I'm trying to say? So
It's
yeah,
a
as for
hard game,
Craig, yeah, super proud of him. Super proud of him. I've always rated him. I know everyone brags, but I've always rated him from the first time he sat on a horse. You know me, I used to do a lot of studying form. I used to have my own website, etc. And then I watched his first race and I compared it, like I was saying to Joe earlier. His time was spot on with the professionals out there. So yeah, I always knew he was going to be a top jockey. It just took longer than I thought to get where he is. But now the doors have opened. The world's his oyster.
The
And
world is his
deservedly
oyster.
so. Deservedly
Yeah.
so. He's a hard worker, good operator, nice guy, pleasure
Yeah.
to deal with, and he's got talent. So there's a lot going for you, Craig.
Yeah. Listen, Craig, but like no disrespect to some of the other oaks that have come with offers. You've got a commitment to Tintin for the next couple of starts.
Tintin's mine.
I'm just putting it out there, like
That's
if
my boy.
the Hong Kong Jockey Club are watching, you can come after Tintin.
Yeah.
Whatever.
No, but I have to talk about Tintin because I'm in a very unique position that I grew up. I got into racing through Jimmy Anderson and the place accumulators. I went through the whole journey of being a gambler and an agent and a useless gambler at that, which Lance can testify to. But actually, I love the horse. And that interview with you speaking about our horse was when I felt like I really connected with you. I felt there's something about this kid. And I asked your dad, have you become a horseman? And the reason I asked your dad that is I'm very lucky where I live and my life has been very blessed. I can count A.P. McCoy, or Sir A.P. McCoy is my friend. I've met Richard Hughes. I play cards with these oaks. They grew up on horses. So their fathers and grandfathers were telling them to not get into racing. They were telling them to become accountants or whatever. But these guys, O'Sheen Murphy, the Edery brothers, all these guys, they start riding ponies from a young age and they come up through the ranks. Yeah. And to hear you speaking so nicely about a horse showed me that it's not about the championship. It's not about the money. And I think that's why you're successful, actually. Because your dad tells us you've always had this skill, but maybe it's this being in tune with a horse. Also, by the way, Simon, he tells us he hasn't studied one race this year and he's ridden 280 winners.
That's
So,
what his dad's for. That's what Simon's for. Simon's supposed to tell you.
Yeah, but he's still not looking at the pace and all that. So
No,
maybe
I get it.
it's
I
just
get it.
you are so in tune with the animal that, and that's such an amazing thing, Craig. Really, like I honestly, I think it's amazing.
And I echo that, Craig. I mean, when Tintin won his last race, I was actually in Greece on my phone and I was watching, and they led you into the winning enclosure and you were scratching his behind and tickling his ear. And
Yeah,
a guy who doesn't know racing said to me, gee, that jockey likes your horse. I said, he actually does, but he's a horseman. So you'll see him on most his horses. Give them the love, give them the attention that they desire to get the best out of them. And I think it's encouraging for the sportsman, for the racing game, and especially for the non-race goer who looks at it and sees horses getting whipped. They don't know the real depth of how it works. and they see a guy loving a horse, I think it goes a long way. So it's really good to see.
Very good to see.
No,
Right.
thank you.
We're in the home straight, Craig. We're in the home straight. And I won't be offended. But from day one till today, who's your favorite horse?
Of all time, I can only pick one.
You can only pick one, buddy. And next year it gets harder because you would have ridden more.
That's a tough question, Joe.
It is.
Lance,
Geez, I love so many.
He's champion
Put like
jockey in
this,
South Africa. He's
yeah,
flown
Give us your top 10 in no particular order.
In Joburg currently, Tinson is my ultimate favorite horse.
Yeah,
If I'm at track, I have to take him. And that's just the horse's nature. You guys don't understand. I can put my 2-year-old son on him and he'll look after my child. That's how kind and how good his demeanor is. But all time, and it's only because I ran every Sunday for about 3 months, and I never ever gave up on her. And I was the only jockey to ever ride her was Another Russia. She was special.
And you won 2 Empress Clubs with her, Craig.
With her, yeah.
Kilauea. Another Russia's on the premises, so too is Safe Harbor. A few lengths away to Negro Amaro, then comes Tahini. As they get into the final 300 meters, another Russia has struck the front. Second place towards the outsiders, Heaps of Fun who's staying on. Further back then to Bella Sonata from the back of the field, and fourth Emperor. It's another Russia with a 2-length lead in the Emperor's Club. Bella Sonata's second, but another Russia hangs on tenaciously. Another Russia wins. Second goes to Bella Sonata. Then came Safe Harbor to Sylvan Star, who feels the stick. Folk Dancers getting going. Gimme 6 was next. Then comes Tahini, 300 meters left to go. Aldanza's in the lead. At its outside is another Russia. She's a length away. Then comes She's a Giver, Folk Dance and Sylvan Star. Aldanza's in front. She's got 1 length over another Russia. Here she comes. Another Russia level with Aldanza. The apple of Turpentine's eye. Another Russia does it again. Another Russia beat Aldanza, who ran her socks off. Sylvan Star third.
You know,
Yeah.
Craig, that horse didn't start her career too flash. I remember her well. She turned
I
into the
rated her.
most super 4 and 5-year-old, but as a young horse she was a bit disappointing. Am I correct? I remember her so well.
I don't think she was. I think she just needed time. And I said from day one, this is a champion. And those people saying, stop saying that. Don't say it too loud. She's moderate. And I said, you'll see. And she got beat her first start, got beat her second start, got put away. And when she came back, she was this big, beautiful filly. And the winners just kept coming and coming and coming, and group races and grade ones. And I
Yeah,
could
she
stand there,
turned out
stick my
special.
chest out and
Wow.
say, I told you all.
Yeah.
Told you she was good.
Yeah, she won 8 out of her 18 starts, Simon. She was quite special. You have won 4 Empress Clubs, Craig, by the way.
Yes, it's my race.
Then came Under Your Spell, Featherbird, Desert Miracle is coming home hard up on the outside, and Desert Miracle gets to the lead here, and Desert Miracle goes on to score in the Her Serene Highness Princess Charlene Empress Club Stakes. Great win, she'll be crowned champion. Second first is Golden Palm, 300 to go, and here comes Double Grand Slam, and Double Grand Slam has taken control of the Tab Empress Club Stakes, and that's it, race over. It's all Double Grand Slam will win another grade 1 in a different province for Justin Snaith, and the Connections won it by 5. Minogue was second. Call Me Get Me
It's that,
And
absolute.
yeah, and you joint leader at the moment, but there's no chance he can beat you.
Who's that?
Anton,
With what? With the Empress Club.
Hey,
yeah. Yeah.
What
Anton's won.
haven't you won, Craig?
I
We're
haven't
talking
won
Group
the,
1s. What haven't you won?
I haven't won the Summer Cup, the
Oh,
Met.
Well, that
Met.
we'll tick that box
That will
soon.
change. Yeah, we'll change that end of November with Tintin. And then the Colts Guineas in Cape Town.
Cape Town,
Lance.
okay.
Lance,
Yes,
you
sir.
might have to direct the conversation to Simon, because
Yes.
Simon might not want to ride Tintin in the Summer Cup.
Depending on the
Listen,
weight, obviously.
and I was just about to say, if the weight's good, we wouldn't want anybody else on our horse. So if he can make the weight.
Yeah. Listen.
But you don't know, there's a lot of good horses out there. We've got the Errol Flynns. We've got some big, I'm sure Justin's going to bring horses. A lot of money, so the guys are going to be there. But hopefully we in the race. And hopefully we got Craig on it. But
And Craig,
He's a super.
most talented horse you've ever ridden then? Also her? Or
Jesus, that's a tough one.
I don't know, mate. What do you think Tiger Woods used to get asked when he won multiple championships? Do you think, I mean, you're at the top of the tree now, Chana. You got to accept it.
I don't know. I've found some. There's one or two horses. If they had legs on them, I think they would have been the best, not just in South Africa, internationally. Van Halen, if he got to races 60%, there wasn't a sprint in this country to beat him. And I will back that up because I worked with him his whole career. And give me a print. Never ever did a gallop into the race. So one day we did a gallop. He went missing for the next 8-9 months. So when Charles Dickens beat me, I think in that 1400, he had no gallop into that. When I got beat a length in the King's Plate by one strap, no gallop into that race. We couldn't work him hard. And this is a horse that won the Cape Flying 1,000 meters by about 5.5 lengths, which has never been seen before. But that's how versatile he was, but that's how good he was. Always not being able to do the proper work we need to for those big races.
Simon, when Craig works a horse in the morning, and does he communicate with you, hey, this worked well, keep an eye on this, or do you stay away from that and just go, here are the nominations, this is, yeah.
I stay away from that department. But he does give me like one or two that he says, just make a note of, keep it, in the black book. This is what I want to ride. And when it comes to like 2-year-olds, he's quite spot on that. They tops.
Okay. Right. I've got a question for each of you now. If you could book a horse for Craig to have ridden from South African history, who would you have liked to see him on? And Craig, who would you have liked to have ridden?
There's so many good horses. I wouldn't even know where to start. You'll have to ask Craig that one.
So also
That's
a tough question,
really
but
tough one.
first one that comes to mind would maybe be Jetmaster.
Oh, you're talking prior as well?
Yeah,
Yeah,
as long as-
probably.
Especially us older oaks that know Craig's riding style and the way his hands are and etc. But you would have wanted to, that's why I thought I'd ask.
Once he
Craig,
answers that question, which is really difficult, I got a question I'd like to ask him once he's done with that.
He's thinking.
Probably horse Chestnut, only because he's known as the greatest horse in the history of South Africa. I want to feel what the greatest horse felt like.
Yeah, that's a good shout. That's a good
Yeah,
shout.
I
I
think
was
that's a
going to
great
say
shout.
horse chestnut. Yeah, but I agree with him with Jetmaster as well.
Yeah. I would
Yeah,
have
they
loved,
were both superstars.
honestly, I would have loved to have seen Craig on Mark Anthony.
Gee, we've got
what
some
a horse.
top horses.
That
Craig,
was
a
Tom.
horse that surprised you from a talent perspective, a horse that you thought, wow, dead average, and then turned into a bright, beautiful swan or absolute lion of a horse. Any of those in your career?
Green with Envy.
Okay.
Green with Envy
He
didn't
wasn't-
show anything. He was ordinary at home. He was this nice tall black horse, not the biggest. He was quite lean and he wasn't flashy.
Guys, if you are considering going for the championship ever again, I just want to say that you did something remarkable this season. Do you know how many winners you rode in P?
No.
57.
I know, because you told me, Joe.
57, Craig.
57, yeah.
57. So, if you want to have some time off with the family, I think you can give P a tiny little bit of a skip next season. and you should still be just about able to win it.
You know, the problem with that is I enjoy working with Dean Smith too much. I enjoy
Craig,
Dean so much. He's a pleasure to deal with, and you know, he's young and we basically
He's
learning together.
he's a wonderful guy. I got two horses
yeah.
with him. He's a wonderful guy.
So Craigo, I just wanted to say a big well done on being crowned champion jockey this season. A big achievement that you definitely do deserve. I mean, it's not easy flying almost every single day up and down. You've put in the hard work and you definitely have deserved it. From everyone at Smith Racing, I'd just like to say a big thank you for all the efforts you've put in for us. The whole team really does appreciate it. And yeah, once again, congratulations, champ.
Who's the funniest jockey in the jockey room, Craig?
Funniest. I don't know. Tough one. Raymond was funny, but he's in Mauritius. Raymond was very funny. Pillar Sunday is funny in Cape Town. You got the mayor who's more of like a prankster, jokester. Durban, Tristan, Seanville, they're pretty funny.
They're pretty funny. Recently, when Scotty Scheffler was asked at the Open, like, who do you see as your competition? His answer was, my only
The golf
competition is the golf course, which was fantastic to hear, finally, from a golfer. Do you see anybody as competition, or are you like, oh, this is my horse, this is what I'm going to do, and it is what it is?
Well, yeah, basically I go in with a very open mindset and obviously if I put those in the best possible position and has the run of the race and find something to beat it, I'll just say you had the better horse.
Technology has changed the way we operate, and the owners behave completely different today. So this question's a bit tricky, but you've just won a Group 1. Who do you phone first? I know if it's Stinton, you got no chance. It'll be us. But yeah,
would be my fiance.
it is. Okay.
Yeah, I'll finish straight after the last.
Yeah.
And then outside of the game, what do you do for pleasure? You play golf? What is your relax away from the game?
Well, 2 years ago it was golf and paddle. The last 2 years I haven't had that luxury, but hopefully I can get back into some golf and paddle. I really enjoy that.
How low did you go as a handicap?
I never ever got enough time to play consistently, but I think I got to 15 at best.
That's decent. That's awesome.
Not bad. Not bad. Craig,
Yeah, I've played 2 games this whole season.
how's your wedding planning skills? Are they any good or
No,
no?
terrible.
Terrible. Okay. So you can't say
They're
fiance.
supposed-
You can't say
They're
fiance
supposed to be
forever.
terrible. You got to leave it to your fiance and other
Well,
people, otherwise you'll pull your hair out.
I do leave everything to.
Yeah, that's
Right.
how I roll.
That's how Lance. Literally, that's how Lance rolls. The only time Lance ever breaks protocol is when he washes his golf shoes in the sink. That's the
I've
only
done
time. That is right. Well, listen, don't do it now. Do it after the wedding, because then it's too late for anything to change.
Yeah.
Craig, 2 more questions, and I'm going to let your dad have the final say. What advice would you give an apprentice, very quickly?
Work hard, take in every bit of advice, and keep your head up.
And what do your children say about you, the person, as opposed to the jockey? Or do they see your children? They are obviously
Yeah.
aware that you're a jockey, but you're their dad first, right? So
Yeah.
when you come home and you've been beaten on 9 favorites, which doesn't happen often, but it doesn't matter. I'm taking it. How do they see you?
They I'm only dad to them. They couldn't be bothered about my work or anything. But if my daughter sees me lifting a trophy, she'll ask for that as I walk through the door and then say hello.
Oh, that's good.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's so good.
It's only fitting. Simon, this podcast, like I said, will be there forever. What do you want to say to your son?
What can I say? I'm proud of him, super proud. And I hope it continues. And I don't know where the road leads from here. No idea what Craig has planned, but everything's left into his hand from here. He knows what I would do. But I'll leave the rest into his hand.
Should we ask what you would do? What would you do, Simon?
Look, if Hong Kong did come up, because the rumors are out there, me as if I was in Craig's position, without even a question, I'm on that plane. I'm out of there. And it's not been ugly or anything. I really would. I mean, few years there and then come back and obviously find a nice short up here, not travel and, take it with the flow.
Well,
That's what I would do.
I don't know if you guys know, but I actually named the horse Hong Kong because it's literally my favorite place it's my favorite place in the world. So, Craig.
And it's done you proud.
She has. She's done well.
Yeah.
She's done well. I think you'll see even a better season. Craig, listen, it's been genuinely, thoroughly enjoyable. Don't forget your commitment to Tintin. A massive congratulations. A massive congratulations for becoming champion jockey of South Africa. And we are all so happy to know you and the love you give us. Lance?
Yeah, Joey, I echo what you said. Absolute pleasure to deal with you. You deserve the championship, but over and more than that, you deserve whatever you get going forward. So I wish you well, Craig. I wish your dad well, Simon.
Yeah, Simon, thanks for coming.
You make a great team, and whatever the future holds, I hope it's only blessed and success.
Thank you, Lance.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Craigie. Thanks, Simon.
And your pleasure.
Thank you so much, Joe, for having me on.